everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it's time for the Gnome Friends Chipmunk assembly video. Hey, so I'm using the brand new Gnome Friends Chipmunk die and the chipmunk faces from Jaded Blossom. So first I'm going to assemble this chipmunk. I cut the base out of American Crafts black cardstock, and then again, the tail was cut from brown cardstock from American Crafts, and then, there we go. And this is American Crafts beige cardstock, and I do weight it down with an acrylic block. And the same thing for the little headpiece. I'm going to put the little stripe on the little headpiece first. You can see where all the stitching lines are. And it makes it pretty simple to put together, but you start with the tail. And then you can add on the head. Now there's a piece that has like the whole body, including the tail. But I decided to piece it this way. Now my ears were cut from, what was it called? Sweet Blush cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. There, so a nice pink. And then the edge of the ear is that same American Crafts brown cardstock. And I am just adding on the edges to those ears, with some reverse tweezers and Barely Art glue. All my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Empress, working on a Stampin' Up pad, all the things. There we go, just getting that extra glue off. I do weight it down in between. Next I'm going to add his little body on. That's that same American Crafts brown cardstock. It's kind of like a rusty brown. So I'm going to add that in place. Then I'll add his little belly here, which is also American Crafts beige cardstock. So I'll add his little belly. Isn't that fun? And then next we will add on his little feet. So there's these little standing feet that are just kind of like little slivers. And I'm using my embellishment wand to pick them up and put them in place. And now there are little arms that you can use that I cut out of that same American Crafts brown cardstock. So you can have him holding things, right? So there are his little arms. Isn't that cute? Oh, just adorable. Now for this guy, I'm going to assemble him with the die cuts for the face. So I'm going to give this one a little pink nose. You can give him a black nose if you want. Then I'm going to add, this mouth is pure poppy cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. It's my favorite red. I'm going to add that in place. And then I did cut the little teeth out of Paper Tray Ink white cardstock. And I will add those in place using my embellishment wand. There, it's so cute. So this guy is going to have the die cut face, right? And then there's two types of eyes. Oh no, there's not two types of eyes for this one, just the one type of eye, but like there you are. So I cut it out of Paper Tray Ink white cardstock and then American Crafts black cardstock using Barely Art glue again, lining up those pieces. It's super cute. And then I'll add the little eyes on accordingly once I get it all straight and around. Whoops. And there we go. Now you could certainly use some enamel dots for the eyes if you wanted to, but I'm going to use these fun little die cuts. There, so I'll just add a little bit of glue and add it with my embellishment wand, sort of half and half. I'm going to use my tweezers just to get it in place. And then I'll do the same thing with the other eye. So I think this is an adorable one. Remember that you can use all of the gnome add-on sets, and you can dress up your little squirrel if you want. I'm going to add some EK Success chalk to the cheeks, just for fun. And give them little pink cheeks, even though a squirrel wouldn't have pink cheeks, but it just adds a little something, something, right? And then I'm taking I'll take a Sakura white jelly roll pen and a number 10, and I'll just add some freckles because, you might as well go there, right? If we're giving him pink cheeks, we might as well give him freckles on those cheeks. What the heck? And my favorite is always the number 10, jelly roll. And there it is. And isn't that the cutest little guy? He's just adorable. There he is. And then this is him on an A2 size card base. Okay, so next I'm going to put together the next one, and this one I'm going to stamp the face. So for this one, I used the same American Crafts brown cardstock, but for the beige part, I used fine linen cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. It's just, I like to stamp on that. The American Crafts cardstock has a texture, and it's kind of hard to stamp on it. So I'm going to use my Misty just to line up this adorable face, but first I'm going to add some EK Success chalk to the cheeks. Trying to decide where the cheeks are. There we go. And then, like I said, I'll use that same Versafine Clair Nocturne ink. And we're going to stamp this one's little face. It is so cute, right? Oh my goodness. Look how cute that little guy is. There we go. So now I'm just going to glue in the little nose. I'm going to use the pink nose on this one. And just using my embellishment wand to get it in place. And then I'm going to take a Copic marker in R29, and I'm just going to tap the tongue. Remember, it does not play well with Versafine Clair Nocturne ink, so you don't want to color over the lines because it's going to mess up your Copic markers. It's not meant for that. So next I'm going to add some little freckles to the cheeks with my Sakura white jelly roll pen and a number 10. And hello, how cute is that? So now I'm going to put together this chipmunk here. So I'm going to start with the tail again. And then we will add the stripe on. I used fine linen cardstock from Paper Tray Ink for the beige part on this one. And then I'm going to add in the body, same thing, American Crafts, kind of a rusty brown cardstock, adding that in place. This is a really simple one. This one I'm going to have him look like he's sitting down. And, you know, sitting down, like I said, and he's going to have sitting down feet. So I'll show you what those look like in a moment. So there we are, added on my little guy. Next, I'm going to add on the little pink ears. That's that Sweet Blush cardstock from Paper Tray Ink again. Just lining them up with the edges, and then I'm going to add the little trim pieces for the ears. Cut out of that same brown. Just got to figure out which way they go. So they just kind of go along the edge. And I'm going to use my embellishment wand to get them in place. And how cute is that guy? Oh my goodness. Adorable, right? And then I'm going to add that little head down onto my chipmunk. There we are, and using my reverse tweezers, we will get that in place. And then I'll add his little belly. And isn't that cute? Look how cute he is. I will weight it down with an acrylic block. Now I'm going to use Stampin' Up! Dimensionals for the little feet. So he looks like he's sitting down, right? There they are. And then there are little hands that you can use if you're going to have him holding something in front of himself. And they'd go like that. And isn't that sweet? And same thing, that's an A2 size card front. And then there's 2 if you wanted to put 2 on. Isn't that cute? So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired by the team, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on all these amazing products. And thank you as always for watching. Bye everybody.